Hi everyone, I'm Shep.
And I'm Brittany.
And this is the Super Amazing Show.
Each week, we bring you a tip or idea to help you create a super amazing customer experience. Shep, what are we talking about this week?
Well, you know, there is an old saying that the customer is always right.
I hate this saying.
Well, because they aren't always right? So
the customer is not always right.
So that's what we're going to say. The customer, and this is great, it feels so like it's a relief. The customer is not always right. I want you to tell everybody who works with customers, the customer is not always right, but they are always the customer. So when they are wrong, you must let them be wrong with dignity and respect. And there's a way to do that. So important. Here's a great story. I went to a hotel. I checked in, and I'll just tell you, it was a Holiday Inn, like either Calgary or Winnipeg. I was up in a very, very cold city in the middle of winter, dropped off at like 11 o'clock at night, and I walk into the hotel, and I say, I have a reservation, and the person behind the front desk looks, I'm sorry, you don't have a reservation. And and I'm going, what do you mean? I have the confirmation. Let me see it. Now, here's what the problem was. I was wrong. I did have a reservation for the Holiday Inn, but it was the one down the street. Now, I know she said it under her breath. The customer's always right. The customer's always right. They told us the customer's, but they're wrong. I was wrong in this case. So you've got to let that person be wrong with dignity and respect and basically say, I acknowledge that you think you have a reservation here, but actually it's just down the street. So she got the bellman, who was still on duty, to get me into the van and take me over to the other hotel. But it's the classic example. Sometimes they're not right.
Sometimes they're not right, and sometimes they're not the right customer for you. It's also important to acknowledge that not every customer is the right customer for you. And if that's leading to friction, then there's your answer.
I know, and I think we should address that in a future episode, that if the customer is not right, how do you handle that? But for this moment, for the customers who want to keep, recognize the customer's not always right, but they're always the customer.
They have a right to be heard.
Yes, they do. So we will see you next week for another exciting episode of the Shep and Brittany Super Amazing Show. See you then.